Zack Siler from She's All That. He was the perfect guy. He had no problems. His life was all laid out for him.
Oh, but don't worry, Zach. I mean, I'll still go to the prom with you. I mean, we're gonna be elected. It's like only appropriate for the king and queen to go together.
He was that stereotype dude. And then you put me in there, and I'm a nice guy, so I made him a little sweeter probably than he was originally written, and that allowed a bit of vulnerability there, so that when he did mess up and he felt bad for it, people actually gave him some sympathy instead of just going, he's a jerk. You know what I mean?
Sometimes when you open up to people, you let the bad in with the good. That's all.
So that's kind of who he was. He had an easy life, and the first real speed bump he hit tripped him up, and he didn't know what tripping felt like. So that was his struggle. I'm Freddie Prinze Jr., and I'm flashing back to She's All That. The favorite part in the script, probably the hacky sack scene, because I thought I was going to get good at it. As they said, they had like a trainer for me. I didn't realize like how long it would take.
It's a hacky sack.
It was the day of, and Rob said, "Hey, we're going to shoot the hacky sack scene." I was like, "Man, I only got 4. Like, I can only get it 4 times in a row." And he goes, "I know, don't worry. We've got a world champion hacky sacker, and he looks a lot like you. He's a good double for you." I was like, "Oh, cool." And so if you watch this scene again, you'll see your boy. And I think I got 3 in a row on a good take. The one I got 4 was not a good take. The first 3 are me. So that would probably be. I was most excited to try that, and then and also probably to get to drive that crazy SUV that they had him in, that gaudy color. It was horribly jagged. It was just so 90s. It was so not bad 90s, not good 90s.
All right, dance club, let me see what you got. Come on.
The dance scene was amazing for a lot of reasons. One, it was the first time I had been in like a choreographed number like that. And the choreographer, Adam Shankman, became this huge director. And we became really, really close friends. And he knew I was terrified. Winter ball, girls ask guys, Sadie Hawkins, let's go team, go. Seriously, man, it's tough out there. And he understood that, and he knew that I was really nervous, and he protected me. And so we became close. And after the movie, we hung out. And then my wife met him, or girlfriend at the time, Sarah, and she fell in love with him. And he was the minister at our wedding, and he married us. The choreographer from She's All That married my wife and I. And Sarah was in She's All That as well. She had that little cameo in there.
Fresh ground pepper. What, too cold?
I totally remember Sarah's cameo, and the story behind it was simple. The school that we shot at was the Buffy high school. And so we both happened to be shooting on the lot at the school on the same day, just on different ends of the school, and got a message to her base camp and said, "Hey, do you want to do this quick scene with Kiri?" So it all kind of came full circle, and it's because of a dance scene I was too scared to participate in. So see, sometimes fear is good. I became close with everybody. I mean, Dule Hill was at my wedding. I'm still real close with Dule today. Rachel, I'm still super tight with today. She's like a sister. I mean, there are only 2 women that I worked with that didn't hit on me, and she was one of them, whether I had a girlfriend or not. So I've always had big love for Rachel and respected her. She's like a sister to me. And I love her so, so much. Kieran, I'm still friends with. He's got a baby now. And, Paul was, I don't like talking about it too much because I usually get choked up, but, we had a special connection through jiu-jitsu, through Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. And before it kind of became super, super popular. A good lesson is don't put off friendships and relationships. We were always going to roll. We have very different philosophies on jiu-jitsu. And we wanted to spar each other bad, but we kept putting it off because of this reason or that reason. Sometimes they were legit. Sometimes it was just because one of us was tired or one of us drank too much the night before. And then one day that day just didn't come. So it was horrible. If you have someone you click with, nurture that relationship. Don't take it for granted. You don't water a tree, it dies. So keep watering those friendships and stay tight. Stay tight. People bring She's All That up all the time. There's a whole generation that saw it that's still crazy active on Instagram. So no matter what I post, whether it's food or cars or dogs or anything, it would be a good 25-30% of the posts like, I love She's All That, why aren't you in the sequel? So people still connect to it. She's All That, Lainey is an average girl. Miss Doolittle is an average girl. The boy in the new one is an average boy, and everyone can relate to that. It's a story that's been around long before She's All That existed, and people connected to it from different generations because of that type of story. Hopefully they connect to that the same way that my generation had our movies that we clicked with. So for me, it was The Breakfast Club. For that next generation, a lot of people really clicked with She's All That. So I love that people have that kind of passion for it.